This is Captain Nick Lee from Good Times Sportfishing. We're here on the east end of Lake Ontario. Went out this morning, we caught some real nice brown trout, and I'm going to show you the proper way to fillet one. The first thing you need to realize is which handed you are. I'm right-handed, so I always start with the head to my left so I can go away from myself, all right? The first cut I'm going to make is going to be right behind the pectoral fin. It's going to be at a 45-degree angle down, okay? I'm going to flip the knife upside down, put the tip right along the top of the belly, all right? Down to the anal fin, all right? That cut allows me to stay away from hitting the fin as I go through. I'm gonna go right down to the backbone, turn it 90 degrees, and I'm gonna go right down through the rib cage, and I'm gonna ride it all the way down. Now when you get to the end, stop about 1 inch short of going off the tail. That way, when you flip the fillet over, you have something to hold the skin. Now the important thing here to remember is when you're filleting the fish, is move the fish, not the knife. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right down until I'm on the skin, and I'm gonna grab the tail and I'm just gonna wiggle the fillet until it comes right off, all right? Now the skin's off that one. When I flip it over, I'm gonna make the same cut, 45 degrees. I'm gonna flip it upside down, right down the belly. Then I'm gonna cut past the anal fin. You don't wanna hit that on when you're riding through, okay? I'm gonna cut through the ribs, go ride right down to the tail, tuck that under, flip it over. Let the knife do the work, right down to here. Now that it's filleted and skinned, the next thing I like to do is take out the rib bones. I don't care what fillet side it is, I always start with the ribs on my left, all right? I run the knife tip right above the ribs to get my knife started. I lay my hand flat. Now this is careful, you gotta make sure you don't cut your hand. And you just ride the ribs right underneath, all right? Right down to the belly. Once you get there, you flip it over, ride it right down, cut that right off. Here's something I like to do. Trout and salmon, they're a high fatty fish, and right along this back line, they have a considerable amount of fat. I turn the knife at a 45, and I ride it around just like that. Trim any fat off. And you have it. This is completely boneless except for the pin bones that lie right here. You rely at a 45. You can also cut those out if you want, but you lose some of the meat, but I'll show you how to take those out if you want to. They run down just right here. You run the knife just along the top, run your fingers down through to feel them. And you just ride that right down. There. Make an identical parallel cut about 1 centimeter back. Okay, this is just going to go right to about the dorsal, or the top of the rib cage. Cut that out. Now that's completely boneless.